Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into Wolfman. I saw it over the weekend. It's a werewolf movie. It brings some fresh spin and some new ideas to the werewolf genre. So the big question is it worth your precious, valuable time? Let's find out. So here's the basic setup. Wolfman is obviously a werewolf story, and you all know how people become werewolves. They get bitten or scratched or whatever. But in this case, the story is more about a family that's trapped together with someone that's experiencing this horrifying disease. So this is more of a body horror film. Now what makes this movie different is how it treats the transformation. It's not just a man wrestling with his inner beast. It's more about someone struggling with a sickness. They even refer to it as a disease, which makes his struggle more sympathetic and just much more tragic and easily relatable. So what really stood out to me about the film is first off the performances. Christopher Abbott as Blake Lavelle, the main character, was incredible. And this is my first time really seeing him and his transformation, the way he interacted with his daughter, his depiction of a loving father while he was undergoing everything was heartbreaking and terrifying at the same time. And Matilda Firth, who plays his daughter, she absolutely crushed her role. Their father-daughter bond is at the heart of the story. It gives the movie an emotional weight that you really don't typically experience in werewolf movies or werewolf films. So you find yourself rooting for them even as things start spiraling out of control. And if you're a sucker for a good family drama mixed with horror, you're absolutely going to be drawn into the story. One thing I can say about this movie is that it definitely knows how to build suspense. The use of shadows was brilliant. You see the werewolf looking just beyond the light, sometimes off in the distance, and that added so much more intensity and foreshadowing to the overall film. The setting also added to the creepiness factor. It's not some big city like you're accustomed to. It's out in a remote, natural environment. The isolation plays a role. It just makes the danger feel more real. And if you're into gore, this movie has quite a bit of it. They definitely deliver on the blood and the body horror factor. But fair warning, some of the scenes are definitely not for the faint of heart. There's one or two in particular that I won't say because of spoilers that might be very disturbing. I don't get disturbed easily personally, so to see these scenes would definitely make some people's jaws drop. Alright, so what didn't work for me? Let's get real, this movie isn't perfect. The story hits some of the usual werewolf beats, but you'll probably see some of the twists coming. So the writing left a little bit to be desired, but it's not really a traditional werewolf film in my opinion. It's set in the woods for one. It's almost more about the disease than the werewolf. And I honestly don't remember any reference to a full moon. I could be mistaken there. But where it missed most for me was watching the characters make terrible decision after terrible decision. And without giving anything away, from the onset I felt like the entire situation was avoidable. I felt like they kind of thrust themselves into it, so I'll just leave it at that. But hey, that's horror for you, right? I'll also say if you're into werewolf movies and body horror or suspenseful thrillers, you'll probably really enjoy this. But if you're a die-hard werewolf traditionalist, some of the changes might throw you off a little bit. Still, I think it's a solid watch with great performances, some really tense moments, and some good cinematography. So overall, I feel like it was a good film. Here's how Wolfman scored on my trifecta scale. The first question I always ask is, am I glad I saw it? And I would say absolutely. The acting and suspense made it worth my time, just purely alone. There's also some great cinematography in there as well. Would I recommend it? And I would say to some people, I would definitely recommend it. If you love suspense and gore, there's a lot of that in it. And would I watch it again? Maybe, but more likely at home than in theaters, if you know what I mean. It's not the type of film where I'm just going to go shell out some more money to go see it. But there's some good scenes that I would like to see on television. All right, that's my take on Wolfman. Have you seen it? If so, what did you think? And what's your favorite werewolf movie? Drop a comment below and let me know if you enjoyed this review, if you'd like to see more. Shoot me some recommendations, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss the next video. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the theaters.